Hello and welcome to ACS Golf. I'm your host Adam. As mentioned last week, we're going to look at the fact, can you play Scotty Cameron on a budget? To do that, I got my hands on, well, it's actually part of my own Scotty Cameron collection, a Futura Phantom. So this is a 2005 club. Now, online, say Golf Bidder, I've seen them this summer for about £80. Not exactly the best condition, but still very much playable with all Golf Bidders items they have. eBay, you're still looking between that £70, £100 mark. Could be higher depending on people if they want it. You know, Scotty Camerons are collectibles and people will fight for them. But these are probably one of the least collectibles, desirables out there. So it's your best chance to get a decent Scotty for an affordable price to play with. So let's say £70. A little bit about the club itself. I mean, here you go. Lovely line there. And there's the face. So just going on to Scotty Cameron's website, just give you a bit of a lowdown and history about the club. One thing I will say, if you ever get a Scotty Cameron, especially off eBay or anywhere like that, do use the Scotty Cameron website. They have a history and they show all their previous clubs. So it's really helpful so you can match up just to make sure that something you're buying is legitimate. So it's a great feature. So do use this. So just reading the spiel that they have, which always does crack me up when you read about these clubs. So, the Futura Phantom takes design to the edge of optimal performance. The Futura Phantom has a black iodized finish, providing better contrast with simplified single sightline on the top rail. The Futura design has unique weight distribution, with 75% of the weight being in the stainless horseshoe and 25% being in the face and the body. This combination of balance allows the Futura to perform like no other putter we've ever tested. The design was further refined in 2005, which is this model, to create optimal performance. The sole was redesigned, moving the rails on the sole further back and making them slightly longer. So the Phantom always sits perfect at address. So there we go, and then it goes on about the head cover, which you don't need to talk about. And so so this model itself is actually built up from the Futura 2004 and 2003, which is actually stainless colour like that, so grey, and actually had holes here. There was the mid one which had two lines there as well, which helped with obviously lining up the part. Now, this was the last year they did this type of model. Just a few more details about it, which isn't on their website. Obviously, you have the alignment aid there, which is fantastic. I think it's really helpful. As I mentioned, the horseshoe there, which is 75%, that really does help the club. You know, the whole point of a mallet club is you want that weight distribution to stop it going like that. Basically, to keep it steady in the swing and really offer that forgiveness. And how they've done it as well is they've actually put some weights here in the edges there. And these two weights as well really does help to keep that club stable on the swing. One thing to look out for as well with these clubs, which is quite good actually, which I quite like. Obviously, when building a putter, it's very much about the weight distribution. So obviously, depending on the length of the shaft, you probably have, if it's a shorter shaft, you probably actually have more weight in the shaft to keep that balance there. And what a key little feature of these old Scotty Camerons, which I do quite like, is in the bottom there. They have the inch of how long the club actually was. So 34 inches there. This club is actually 34 inches as well, so it hasn't been adjusted or changed. So you know that it's perfectly balanced. I mean, the old baby Scotty Cameron grip here on the top as well, you know, does exactly what it says. Nice. I mean, this thing's nearly, 2005, nearly 20 years old. Still in great condition, still great feel. The shaft itself, what can I say? Putter shaft, it's good. Does exactly what it says on the tin. The face, if you can see there, is also slightly milled as well, which is obviously supposed to help with the feel. So there it is, the Scotty Cameron Futura Phantom. So I took this down to Hersham. I played 18 holes with it, and let's watch some of that footage and I'll discuss to you exactly how it felt while taking it on the course. So here I am down at Hersham. Managed to get 7 holes in for you guys to see. Obviously, I didn't want to do too many because I don't want to hold up the people behind me. Now, this is the first hole. No practice, so basically the first time I hit this putter for about a year. I do advise to get down early before a tee time and practice your putting. Gives you an idea of how it's rolling, the ball's rolling, and also just get used to the feel of your putter again. That one, to be fair, wasn't bad. This was an annoying miss, but a tap in for for a bogey in the end, so still can't complain that much. Here we are on the par three, sorry, on the second hole. Just a nice little one putt here, which 99 to 100% of the time you really should be aiming to get it in, especially if you want to be lowering your handicap from that distance. In this case, happily got it in, and yeah, walked off with a par, so can't complain there. Here we have actually the hardest hole on the course at Hersham. It's number 5. It's a par 4. Got on there in 3. Had this quite lengthy, I would say, par putt here. These don't necessarily always go in, and yeah, celebrating there, managed to get it in. So here we are. The next one's the 11th, and I actually got on this hole in green and regulation, so I've got a 2 putt here. Now, at this point, I was really struggling with the feel of the putter. It's far more firmer than my actual one, and I was finding that if I even tapped it, it would really shoot out. So I was struggling with this. The alignment aid was good, but I just couldn't really gauge the power. Now here, I still managed to 2-putt and get that par, so I was relatively happy. And, well, just can't complain really with a par. Now here, a lovely shot onto the 12th hole here, which is a par 3. Straight off the tee, just short, and not, like I said, night before, 99 to 100% of the time, should be getting these in from that distance. And my putter, my one I use all the time, I would back myself to do. Unfortunately, as you can see, I actually missed this one, which was really annoying. Left it short, which is the worst thing you can do for a birdie putt. Did it in so much that it actually annoyed me. So I took the next putt as a gimme, went back to hit it again, and unfortunately, again, just missed it to the right. Just couldn't really quite get the feeling for the putter. So a birdie chance miss, unfortunately. Here we are at the 14th. There's another par 4. One thing I love about Hersham is the last couple of holes are sort of very open and wide, so you can really let rip with the driver. All very parable holes. Unfortunately for this one, I was on there for 3. Again, just couldn't get used to that putter and just missed it. But hey, bogey, that's what we aim for. And here we go. This is the last one I filmed. It was a 16th. Again, on there in green and regulation, par 4. And this one, I give you that obviously there is a bit of a slope here, so I didn't quite read it right. But again, with my putter, I'd be generally quite confident to get that in, and that really did annoy me. So really 2 birdies that I feel with this putter I left out there on the day. And there you go. Now, before I delve further into performance, I just want to discuss the head covers, which I didn't mention at the beginning. Now, these things, if you can get a Scotty Cameron with the original head cover, these are collectible items themselves. I mean, they're beautiful little things. I mean, that's got a also divot tool in the older ones. They had on the side, and you get that in there included. That's great. I mean, the feel of them and everything, and the looks, they're very much, you can tell that's a premium head cover, even though that's nearly 20 years old. So definitely a plus, I think. And I should have mentioned that at the beginning, so apologies that I did not. Now, back to the performance of the club. So there it was at Hersham. Now, not the most challenging greens in the world. That's probably why I tend to do quite well there. The putter itself, 34 putts. Now that's spot on. Anything below 36 for me is fantastic. Happy. Don't want to be coming out with more than an average of 2 putts a hole. I will, however, say there were a few birdie opportunities, actually, quite good birdie opportunities, which don't normally appear that often because my short game was on fire that day. And unfortunately, I missed them with this. So I feel like I actually left some out there, which is annoying, to be honest. Now, I think that's probably down to me not used to using this. It's a far harder feel than my softer club that I use at the moment, the Phantom X12, which has that very milled face. And so basically with this, my other club, newer, slightly tap it, can really get the feel, and so I know exactly how hard I need to be hitting the ball. With this, if I hit it, the thing just flew. I mean, I just tap it and it'll just go. because it's that harder feel. It's an older club, and the noise as well. That ping noise, you can tell there's not really, there's no softness there really. Still, don't get me wrong, I've definitely tried some harder putters in my time, but it's just not as soft as a modern day putter, I find. Now, I think I could get used to it 100%, and it would be fine, but it definitely didn't perform better than what I would expect. You know, my modern day putter definitely performed better, but then my modern day putter's an extra 150 quid, an extra 200 quid at the moment. So, you know, and you do pay for what you get. So for the cost, not bad. Now, would I suggest getting, 2005, 2004, 2003 Scotty Cameron Futura over a more modern putter? Especially if you're looking under that 100, £50 or £100 range. No, unless you really want a Scotty Cameron, then yeah, go for it. If you really want a Scotty Cameron, go for it. You could possibly fall in love with it, and you'd be the happiest man alive or lady. So yeah, so in that case, go for it. If you're just looking for a putter that you want a good, dependable putter that you really like the feel of, then no, I think there's better options out there. I mean, that £50 to £100 mark, even on like sites like Golf Bidder, you can pick up Odysseys, 2017, 2018 Odysseys. You can pick up Ping Sigmas. You can even get like brand new Cleveland, brand new Wilson Staff. And don't get me wrong, they're quite hard. I played with a Cleveland before, but it's still softer than this. And you won't notice really any difference or any performance difference really. So no, overall, I do not suggest, if you're just looking for generally a putter, to go for a Scotty Cameron under that 100 price mark. I think there's far better options out there, such as the TaylorMade Rossers, for crying out loud, with the insert. I think there's far better options. However, if you still got your heart set on the Scotty Cameron and you want to increase the budget just slightly to say that sort of 150 mark, then I think it does start to really sort of match up with the market around itself. So if I just show you, put that down before it falls off the table. If I just show you this. Now this is another one for my collection. This is the Scotty Cameron Futura SMB. 5MB. That's the joy of reading it upside down. 5MB. Now this is a 2017 club. Now this is £150. Modern. I mean, you can feel the difference in the grip. The grip is far softer in these Matador grips that they do. The milling on the face as well is a lot more. I mean, personally for me, it's a mallet. I'd rather, thicker line there to going all the way back to really help get your eye in. But this, and also the 5CB, which is a hollow construct, so you don't have this here. That's off the top, but exactly the same mallet shape. Now these can go for about 150 mark, and then 2017, you're putting them in probably the same bracket as your TaylorMade Spiders, your more expensive Odysseys, and I think then these really do match off personally. So I think if you're in a higher end budget, definitely, if you want a Scotty Cameron, look for a Scotty Cameron. If you're on that higher end budget for a golf club, for a putter, something that you really want to enjoy and you want to watch and use and appreciate for years to come, then yeah, I think definitely have a look at Scotty Cameron. I mean, they're the best for a reason. They're out there. But overall in the video, if you're under £100 and you're not caring about it for Scotty Cameron, then no, I don't think it's worth it. I think it's better to go down the Odyssey route, the TaylorMade route, and the Ping route. I think you'll enjoy the club a little bit more, the feel of it, and you'll generally be happier with it. So yes, there's my look at can you play a Scotty Cameron budget and sort of review of the Futura Phantom from 2005. Now, if you like this video, please do give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and also comment down below if you do play with a Scotty Cameron and what do you play with. Thank you. So I hope you enjoyed that video. Just a little insight of what's coming next week. So I don't know if you've all heard, but Ben Hogan at the moment is no more. They have basically broken up with their manufacturer, and so they're not producing clubs anymore. Now everyone knows Ben Hogan himself. irons. Then they've won tournaments with them, and a lot of the pros and stuff, used to play with them. But the woods and the hybrids, are they worth it in the second-hand market? And that's what we're going to look at next week. I've got this, an Edge, CFT Edge from Ben Hogan. They say 2, but it's actually 19 degrees, hybrid. Now, I picked this up for £12 off eBay, 2014 club. We'll find out next week. Is it worth looking at Ben Hogan for hybrids and woods? Especially the fact that they're now not producing anymore and people just don't think about it when looking at that second-hand market. So tune in next week and we'll find out. Thank you.